Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to Knowledge Planet, where we unravel secrets and answer your burning questions. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like or even dislike our videos. And remember to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Today we're going to talk about a rather intriguing topic. What would happen if an elevator cable snapped and the elevator started to plummet? It's a question that has probably crossed your mind during an idle elevator ride. You may have dismissed it as a fleeting, absurd thought, but admit it, you've wondered, haven't you? Well, you're not alone. This fear, this existential dread of a falling elevator, is universal. It's as real in the towering skyscrapers of New York City as it is in the modern high-rises of Hong Kong or the classic elevators of Europe's historical buildings. But before we dive into this, let's put your mind at ease. This is an extremely rare occurrence. Elevators are marvels of engineering designed to withstand even the most severe of conditions. They are equipped with advanced safety systems that make them one of the safest modes of transportation. However, for the sake of discussion, let's imagine a completely absurd and extraordinary situation where all these safeguards fail. The elevator starts to plummet. Is there a way to survive? That's the question we're going to answer today. So buckle up and let's dive into the unthinkable. At least once in your life, you've probably thought, what if the elevator cables suddenly snap and it starts to plummet? How could I survive? I'd be doomed for sure. This fear, this existential dread that sneaks into your thoughts during an idle elevator ride, has been experienced by people across the globe. It's as real in the towering skyscrapers of New York City as it is in the modern high-rises of Hong Kong, and even in the classic elevators of Europe's historical buildings. It's a fear that plants its roots deep in the human psyche, fueled by movies, urban legends, and an innate fear of falling. It's a hypothetical scenario that may have crossed your mind, no matter how fleeting or absurd it may seem. And it's not just about the fear of death, but also about the helplessness that we would inevitably feel in such a situation. A morbid thought indeed, but a universal one. Before we delve deeper into this topic, it's crucial to reassure you that this is an extremely rare occurrence. Elevators, you see, are marvels of engineering designed to withstand even the most severe of conditions. The intricate mechanical systems, the robust cables, the multiple fail-safes, all come together to make elevators one of the safest modes of transportation. They are incredibly sturdy machines equipped with highly efficient safety systems. Elevator safety is a subject that has fascinated engineers and scientists for generations. The mechanisms that control these machines are the result of years, even decades, of meticulous research and development. Elevators are equipped with advanced braking systems, backup power supplies, and even seismic sensors in earthquake-prone regions. The fear of plummeting in an elevator is largely unfounded, as the chances of such an incident are astronomically low. Most elevators have multiple cables supporting them, and each of these cables is capable of holding the full weight of the elevator by itself. Even if one cable were to snap, there are several others that would instantly take over the load. However, for the sake of discussion, let's imagine a completely absurd and extraordinary situation where all these safeguards fail and an elevator starts to plummet. The question then arises, is there a way to survive? What steps could one take in such a daunting scenario, whether you're in the Eiffel Tower or the Burj Khalifa, to increase your chances of survival? In this video, we delve into this fascinating topic, blending science and imagination to explore the unthinkable. We will break down the myths, analyze the facts, and answer the age-old if, in a completely absurd and extraordinary situation, an elevator were to plummet. Is there a way to survive, whether you're in the Eiffel Tower or the Burj? A lot of you enjoy our gaming videos, but are yet to join our gaming family by hitting that subscribe button. How many times have you watched, liked, commented, but forgotten to hit that important little button? It may not seem like much, but it makes a world of difference to us creators. With each new subscriber, our family grows just a little bit bigger, and with strength comes power. Can you envision the impact we could make if every single person watching this video right now clicked on subscribe? Each additional click would bring us one step closer to creating a global gaming community. Picture it, worldwide family of gamers, brought together by our shared love of the digital realm. The idea itself is overwhelming and exciting. Imagine us, a force of over 1.5 million strong. That's more than the entire population of Tobago. It's an extraordinary thought, isn't it? Just imagine the collective power of our voices, our opinions, our influence in the gaming world. Think of the changes we could bring about, the revolutions we could start. Now, we could start. Now, let's shift gears and dive into some science. Consider this. An elevator on the 50th floor of a towering skyscraper in Sydney, Australia, suddenly plunges towards the ground. Picture the terrifying scenario. The swift drop, the rush of adrenaline. The mind races asking, how fast would it crash? Well, it's a little more complicated than you might think. First, we need to consider gravity's acceleration effect, the invisible force that pulls everything towards the Earth. Then we need to consider air resistance, the friction that could slow the elevator's descent. Ever so forces are at play too. The construction of the elevator itself, the angle of the fall, the wind speed on that particular day. We'll then relate this to how car crash tests are conducted in Germany. Visualize the crash test dummies, the controlled environments, the precise measurements taken after each test. The destructive potential can be startling. It's a fascinating, albeit destructive, peek into the of physics. Remember, our scenario contemplates every safety mechanism failing and all cables snapping at once. It doesn't get any more catastrophic. So, okay, we're dead. Not necessarily. The scenario might sound like a scene straight out of a fast-paced action movie. Whether you are in a plummeting elevator in the bustling city of London, where the towering skyscrapers reach for the or in the busy metropolis of Tokyo, where the neon lights and bustling crowds set a compelling backdrop for such an event. Surviving a fall-in an elevator is not merely a scene from an action film. It's technically possible. But how, you wonder? You might find yourself puzzled, scratching your head in confusion, looking for answers. The solution might not be as complicated or as impossible as you think. In fact, it defies conventional wisdom, and might appear antithetical to that would kick in during such a moment. Sure, the thought of jumping just before the horrifying impact might cross your mind, but let me tell you, that's definitely the solution. You might be raising your eyebrows right now, questioning the legitimacy of this statement. Jumping may seem like the most plausible survival technique in the heat of the moment. But think about it. An elevator is a small, confined space. You might not even get the chance to bend your knees properly, let alone jump. On top of that, timing the jump perfectly is another challenge. Is it worth risking your life? The real answer, it might sound absolutely bizarre at first, is something else entirely. It's to lie flat on the elevator floor. It might sound counterintuitive, almost nonsensical, but by adhering to the surface with the widest possible area of your body, you are essentially saving your own life. In doing so, the force of the dreadful impact is not concentrated in one part of your body. It's distributed across the entire, reducing the risk of fatal injury. Your body is designed to absorb and distribute force, and by spreading yourself out, you're making full use of this biological advantage. It's an unlikely survival leave you agape with surprise. After all, who would have thought that lying down could potentially save your life in such a scenario? But the fact is, it works. Interestingly, the effectiveness of this survival technique is not limited by geographical boundaries. It is equally effective boundaries. It is equally effective, be it in the extremely cold conditions of Canada or the hot and dry climate of South Africa. So, what's the takeaway from all this? The bleak scenario of falling in an elevator, the speed of the fall, and the surprising technique to survive it. It's a lot to take in, isn't it? We've delved into the unthinkable scenario of a plummeting elevator and the spine-tingling speed of the fall. But most importantly, we have unraveled the counterintuitive survival method. Lying flat on the elevator floor, using your body's natural capability to distribute force, isn't a solution that might spring to mind in the heat of the moment, but it's your best bet in such a dire situation. But remember, the best safety measure is prevention. Elevators are equipped with multiple safety systems designed to prevent such falls in the first place, and they are regularly inspected and maintained to ensure their safety. This video should by no means scare you away from using elevators, but rather inform you about the physics and possible survival techniques in the extremely unlikely event of a fall. So share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. Let them know about the unexpected survival technique and the importance of safety measures in elevators. This knowledge could potentially save a life. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay safe and keep exploring. As we wrap up, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this unlikely scenario. Do you have other survival techniques you'd like to share? Or perhaps some interesting elevator facts? We encourage you to leave a comment below. And if you found this video enlightening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Your feedback is valuable to us. Remember, sharing this video could potentially save a life, so don't hesitate to share it with your friends, family, and colleagues. And if you're new to Knowledge Planet or haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be notified every time we explore another exciting topic. Here at Knowledge Planet, we're all about feeding your curiosity and empowering you with knowledge. So stay tuned and keep exploring with us.